morning, traders. This is Nandis from Dalrymple Trading. Just looking at the US 500, S&P 500, as well as WTI crude oil market outlook. Looking at the S&P 500, we can see a raging bull market is in play ever since we've had the April lows. The buyers have always been buying into this market. Then we had a correction at the start of August, and then we've seen price rally right back up, as you can see here. Now, what we've got here is basically, if I just dig down into the hourly time frame, what we can see here is that there is still strong buying pressure. We saw a little bit of a small correction back down to the trend line, but what we're seeing here is that this trend line is being held. So from a buying perspective, this is probably a good time to enter with the correct risk in place. We can see that this trend line is currently being held, and an opportunity to buy on any pullback is the kind of strategy that I'm currently sticking to with this one. In terms of support, support from a long-term perspective is down at 6,200, which is a long ways off. So if this trend line does break, there is a possibility of coming and reaching that support level at 6,200. However, looking at this market as of today, we can see that basically all selling has been bought back by the bulls for the S&P. Now, moving across to WTI crude oil, what we've seen is a drop in prices of crude oil since earlier on in the year. Since January, we've seen those sell-offs happening, and then we saw a big rally from May all the way up until June, and then again a sell-off that's been happening. But prices have been consolidating at about that $60 to $61 mark. And what's happened yesterday was, since the Trump and Zelensky meeting, crude oil prices have rallied back up. So that previous trend to the downside seems to have been somewhat halted. Now, there is something that we need to discuss, which is this gap down on the 12th of August to the 13th of August. There's been a large gap down in the hourly. We can see that. And what that means is right here in this area. So this arrow is way off, but basically, I'll remove the arrow. But basically, this gap at some point needs to be filled, right? So we may see prices go up to 64 or even higher to the upside. So we can see that there's support at 61. 307 thereabouts, and then right now what's happening is we're seeing that the bulls are coming back in and buying into this. And obviously the catalyst for this was a discussion yesterday between Trump and Zelensky. So we're probably going to see some more upside on crude oil in the near future, but the longer term trend is still to the downside. Just keep that in mind when you are trading. If you like my content, or you want to find out more about how I trade, or if you want to sort of get one-on-one mentoring, we do provide that. It is a one-on-one coaching session that I do provide. If you want to find out more about it, there's an initial consult which is completely free of charge. So please make sure that you check that out as well at www.dalrympletrading.com. If you like what I'm offering in terms of my insights, please like and subscribe.